mother Nadine, who lives in a van with her 3 kids.
They look like hippies. Why is there a second man there?
Along with both her ex-husband and her new boyfriend.
Oh my god. You know? What's up, guys? Welcome back to that channel. The worst van life families in TikTok. That's what we're watching today. Shit, man. I don't know. I never really seen van life families. I always found it weird that you have people who lived in a van, but let's watch a video.
Kids sleeping on the floor, pets held in tiny cages, and this entire bathroom for a family of 5. Add some teenagers who can't fit, children calling their beds coffins, and you're still just scratching the surface of the worst van life TikTokers.
Like, why would you even do that to your kid? Like, bed that feels like a coffin, you can barely fit, bro. That's crazy.
Take for example Red, White, and Bethune.
And you know, the thing is, they probably just do it for content. That's the thing. They don't even do it for the van life.
They gained 11.4 million views by showing how terribly unspacious their kids' beds were. This should be illegal. Those kids are gonna
They're like bookshelves, bro. They're sleeping in bookshelves.
Suffer in that space, man. To make matters worse, the beds had rock climbing holds instead of a ladder, which their daughter almost fell from whilst trying to show they were easy to use.
So Molly's gonna demonstrate getting in the bunk and show you just how easy it is.
How will they get down in the
Wait, no, show me. Where did she almost fall from?
middle of the night when it's dark and they want to use the restroom urgently? What if they fall and hit their head? These so-called bunk beds were actually just shelves, yet the family
Exactly, those are bookshelves. No one could have told me anything.
Still defended them as being spacious.
Like, I look at those things like, aren't those just shelves? Why are you putting them in shelves?
At the same time, get this, the parents have a king-size bed.
The reason why we put a king
They have an AC in their van? How does that work?
size bed in our bus is because it's our lounging area.
As well as a massive desk for editing TikToks, forcing the kids to do their schoolwork on a tiny kitchen table.
You see what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. What are we doing? Do they just hate their kids? You think they hate their kids? They probably hate their kids.
If they don't help out with the van, the kids are punished publicly.
Last night, Molly chose not to do
They even have a dog. 2 dogs. 3 dogs.
her chores. And if our kids don't do their chores, they have consequences.
Which the parents still defended even after heavy criticism.
Yes, our kids have consequences. Yes, if they don't do the chores, they're gonna have to pay.
And to the trolls, keep on talking shit, and I'm gonna keep on posting. See you guys on your For You page.
But wait, it still gets worse.
What? I feel
Everything
like we're missing information, and I don't feel like I want to go search for it.
So far is in this bus here, yet they also have a van to take on holidays, which has even less space than the bus.
Come take a peek inside and see what we've done.
The van doesn't have a bed for everyone.
It doesn't have a bed for anyone. Well, no one has a bed in that. That's a fuck.
Meaning one of the kids sleeps on this leather chair. Maybe there'd be a bit more space if they didn't own 4 massive dogs, which are shoved in a tiny cage below the bed, yet they still have more space than the toilet. It's covered by nothing but a thin fabric sheet and sits right in the middle of where everybody lives. They call the vehicle their vancation home, meaning when the kids
It's worse than your actual home. I don't think you should have a vacation on it. If it's worse than your actual, like,
get tired of living in the first van, they're blessed with a trip in an even smaller one.
Right.
Family of
That's what I was saying too. It's fucking worse than the original van. Why are you calling it a vacation? Vacations need to be fun.
nomads doesn't have this problem. In fact, they first went viral for how much space they had, leading to comments such as, "I don't understand why y'all don't just buy an apartment. It's way cheaper than this." People
Because you don't get enough, like, TikTok clout. Like, you can't really monetize an apartment as much as you can monetize a van.
came to their defense
probably
stating,
can't.
"There is
Fucking
literally no reason to be mad at this.
There really isn't any reason to be mad at this. Until you hear the rest of the story.
Except for maybe how their kids were living." They'd show their room in this TikTok, with the most notable part being that their eldest Addison was a 15-year-old teenager. You should ask
Doesn't she need like a privacy or
Ask
something?
your daughter how she feels that she has no privacy. At an age like hers, I'm sure she wants her privacy.
Like even the door, like I keep seeing things about doors and junk. Like people need their privacy, especially young girls, teenagers.
Addison hates you. Just because this RV is nice and there's room for their clothes, it's no way to live.
Why put the heart emoji?
I'm sure the teenager would love to have privacy. Get her a curtain or something. Well, the family did exactly this,
We did install these curtains over each of their bunks so they have a little bit of privacy.
but it was still just one of many other problems.
How is that even private? I don't.
The kids were in a homeschool program, yet it's
Ooh, granted, can you expect anything different from them? They're called nomads. They probably travel all the time. Oh yeah, they do actually.
seemed most of their education was just walking through national parks where the parents thought they'd learn about life.
Our lives are one gigantic field trip, and so a lot of what the kids do is by learning from experience. So for example, today we went to a national park and they completed the junior ranger program, and it's incredibly educational. They're learning history from visiting different places around the country, and days that we are not going out and exploring, they do a traditional homeschool curriculum, and then the days that we're exploring, we still count those as school as well.
So they just learn US history? Lol, when they go to college, they'll be in for a shock. Oof, that's
I was thinking too, like I was thinking that there's something indeed wrong with what she's saying, but I couldn't put my finger on it, right? I was like, something's wrong because I don't feel like you're actually teaching them what they need to be taught. I'm saying like, yeah, they're learning lessons through history and life, blah 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 blah, but there are things you just need to be taught. Like you know, like you just need to be taught by a teacher or something.
scary. There's a reason
You can't be self-taught.
schools aren't one giant field trip, and this is a very good point. Schools are for more than simply learning subjects. They help build social circles and prepare kids for a disciplined way of life, both of which are neglected when strolling around the country.
Me no feel like them help build social circle and that something the other thing where I'm saying, because like a fuck cream I tell me it's fuck cream. Cause these kids, bro, these kids.
But the kids did have other challenges, like cleaning out the rat cage that stunk out the van.
We live in a
Rats, bro.
camper, and our 3 kids have 3 pet rats, and I would be absolutely lying to you if I said that it does not smell bad. Usually it's the kids' job to clean the rat cage, but about once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it, and it just gets really gross.
As well as collecting firewood.
Who the fuck keeps pet rats? Get the fuck out of here. That's disgusting.
As seen in Addison's day in the life. Yet people were still convinced she's gonna run away at 16, yet the mother went on to state, I honestly don't know a single unhappy RV kid. She'd even post the
What RV kid is happy? I honestly don't know. You don't know RV kids.
following TikTok to try and convince the audience.
A lot of people ask us if the kids actually enjoy traveling full time and living in the camper, and I will have to say that while we were at the RV show in Tampa this week, Grace and Addison both went around and looked at campers because their plan is when they move out, they want to live in a camper together and travel the country.
Full crew. She had tried full crew. But they can't tell me no. She's lying to you guys.
Until another video
She's
told
definitely
a
a liar.
different story.
Addison has struggled with their mental health for many years. Addison is currently back in treatment and won't be in our content during this time. To protect Addison during this time, we would like to ask for privacy on this matter.
How about you just live in that?
Perhaps the daughter was unhappy for a totally different reason, yet there was still more evidence that she despised the van.
You can't stop TikTok from making assumptions after that. They're gonna be like the Reddit mob when they hear about a murder.
For Addison's 15th birthday, the only thing they wanted was to go to a hotel.
The video has since been deleted, although after arriving at their hotel, twice Addison mentions liking doors in the video, a hint at them having less privacy in the camper, with conflicting messages.
See what I mean? People want their doors. They need to lock their doors.
About Addison's happiness. People commented, I can't wait for this gen of van kids to grow up and share their thoughts with the world, although this had happened much sooner than expected.
You know what that reminds me of? That one story about the lady, the kids that escaped. I don't know, probably 7 kids were in the place. The older one escaped from the mom and the dad who kept them locked away. from the world, and I think the mom was like to collect toys or some kid hobby, something. I don't remember what the husband was, but it was a crazy story. That it's like that because I think she grew up and she told the story too. Has she told the story? Or at least I don't remember exactly, but that one story reminds me of
On
this.
the r/offmychest subreddit, an anonymous account made the following post. I'm a teen in a full-time RV living vlogging family, and I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate being homeschooled. I hate not being able to maintain a social life. I hate having so little privacy. I hate having to pretend to be happy with this. We travel full-time. I know, it sounds like a dream. I thought so too, but it's an effing nightmare. I just want a private normal life, but no. They had to ruin it with their crunchy way of parenting. It's all fake, by the way. Not what I meant when I said I wanted to take up acting. I'm frustrated all the time, I'm tired all the time, I'm bored all the time.
I'm reading the parts that he's not saying to see like what the full context of what she's saying.
Please stop supporting these channels. Stop buying into it. It's ruined my life and I can't say anything about it. In comments, the poster clarified, I'm between 15 and 17 years old, and they were the oldest of 3 siblings, hinting it was Addison from Family of Nomads.
See what I mean? The YouTube, not YouTube, the Reddit sleuths, bro. They make assumptions. It could be her, but it also doesn't have to be her.
Exactly who the poster was has never been confirmed, yet only a couple of months later, the family announced they were instead buying a house. Family of Nomads recently quit van life. Their kids seemed the happiest they'd ever been, while the parents were in tears as the RV was stored away. The eldest daughter has since vanished from the videos, with an unrelated comment summarizing what van life's like for kids. RV kid here. Let me tell you, RV is hell for children.
No shit.
I've been living in a camper with my 3 brothers and parents, and these past 2 years have been an absolute detriment to my mental health. Yes, it's an amazing opportunity I've been given to have seen all the places that I have, but I cannot recall a single positive experience anywhere I've been. I receive little to no education, and I'm scared I won't be able to pass my GED. I'll probably be repeating high school once I turn 18. The Happy Caravan, however, clearly ignored this warning. They began by
They don't have warrant 1, 2.
documenting their life as a family
What the fuck did I do? Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 kids. Probably there's more.
of 12, and were mostly
12.
liked by the audience
12.
until
Family of 12 living.
revealing they
Yeah.
lived in a tiny apartment. Is that legal? Having so many in a 2-bedroom? Why would you make the choice to have a family of 12, but not be able to provide them sufficient room
12?
space?
Is there a man in the family?
Although their holiday setup was somehow even worse.
I have yet to see the man.
They'd fit the entire family into one single Airstream,
Where's the man?
gaining 12 million views by showing how they slept. The 3 daughters were on a table converted to a bed, while another 2 slept below their brother, who was sleeping in a bunk. A
Brother, you can't have a one out. It's not this situation now, dog. Dog, what is dog?
different brother slept on the couch, the baby in its
Actually, I feel like that one in the couch, you could have probably get one true. You could probably want one.
cot, and of course the 2 parents had their own massive bed.
Why does they just hate their kids, bro? They just hate their kids. Why would you do that? Why do you get the massive bed? You know, at least give the kids the massive bed. Like, share the not even share with them. You don't share, you get me. Get off the bed and give the kids the bed and you sleep on the thing. That would be better. It would be better if they gave the kids like the comfy part and they be uncomfortable, but no, the kids are uncomfortable and they're just in comfort. That's what pisses me off about this. It's always
So what about the last 2 kids?
Wait.
Well, they got to sleep directly on the hardwood, described as not perfect but more comfy than a tent.
and they have a comfy bed. The 2 of them sleep on the comfy bed, but the 2, you see what I mean?
You have 2 kids sleeping on the floor just for vacation and we mix it up. In our YouTube video, Dad is on the floor, which by doing some digging was seemingly true.
That doesn't fucking. You see what I'm. And I bet you, if they put like 5 of the kids on the bed, maybe 5 kids could fit on the bed. I don't know how big it is. 5 kids on the bed, they would have space to sleep somewhere on, well, not on the floor. You get what I'm saying?
Hilariously, after being criticized, the parents magically found Enoch a blow-up mat in the closet, but for the most part the family isn't all that bad, especially compared to wild family life. They've been called the most hated van life family on TikTok, mainly for their bizarre family dynamic. The page is run by mother Nadine, who lives in a van with her 3 kids.
They look like hippies. Why is there a second man there?
Along with both her ex-husband and her new boyfriend.
Oh my god. You know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Friend, who she refers to as a homeless junkie she met on the streets. According to her TikToks, they're not polygamous but live together in harmony, being able to do so because they have the biggest front yard.
They are hippies. They need to get the kids away from them.
The criticism, however, always extends to the kids. They call their education program homeschooling, world schooling, travel schooling, adding they help whenever necessary.
The kid's gonna be stupid as fuck.
But they don't follow any official program.
Technically, I don't follow any curriculum, but we have this app my kids learning with. They set their times each day.
They have this app.
That by themselves. There's nothing I have to do.
You think these you let me anyway, you think while the kids are on the app, she's there, the new husband, the new boyfriend, she's just there like
help them if needed,
cleaning the pistol.
Everything doomed to fail. They'd respond to the hate with the world's most hippie message.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Adding their kids are extremely...
You see what I mean? He said hippie too. They're fucking hippies. You could say...
satisfied with the life that they're living.
People think, oh, poor children, poor children. But trust me, my children, they wake up with a smile in their face. They go to bed with a smile in their face.
Yet it's perfect to finish with this comment here. When I was a child, I would have been very happy to eat nothing but candy and potato chips all day. But my mother did not let me because she knew better. It's
her mom just don't know shit. Oh wait, done.
The parents' job to do what's best for their children, not just what makes them happy.
God, what the hell? Anyway, it's the end of the video, guys. What are your thoughts in the comments below? Let's read some of these comments. Van life necessity: have tons of kids, have tons of pets, make sure all your needs are met as an adult, and don't give up. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't understand. Like, they have tons of kids, tons of pets, and their needs are met, but they don't give a fuck about the kids, and that's the crazy thing about it. 5% comment about the video. 9 give this guy an apology. You were right about Chris. I feel like this is something else. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you guys in another video. Yeah, bye.